This new YouTube channel called Rabbit's Journey has only 24 uploads, but is already earning a minimum of $37,000 per month and potentially up to $500,000 monthly, which is beyond insane. If you take a closer look at their channel, you'll see that with just 24 uploads, they've managed to amass an incredible 450 million views and a staggering 2.4 million subscribers. Another new channel called Super Emotional Stories has posted just a handful of videos, just 130 videos, but they've already racked up an incredible 643 million views and gained a massive 1.2 million subscribers, which is absolutely insane because every single piece of content on their channel, their images, animations, voiceovers, is 100% AI generated. They've managed to pull in millions of views by leveraging AI tools effectively and are earning a ridiculous amount every month, all thanks to AI. There are dozens of channels using this exact formula, and they are absolutely exploding, gaining millions of views. Using this strategy, they have seen insane growth. In this full course, I'm going to guide you step by step through the entire production process on how to start a channel like this from scratch. I'll show you how to create even better videos, not just short form, but also long form content that will give you more progress. We'll cover every part of the production process, all while using AI tools to maximize your efficiency and results. I will literally walk you through creating your very own themed channel in this niche. I'll also teach you how to create your own custom banner and logo that really stands out. I'll also show you how to gather all your materials and assets for your first video and show you a new AI tool that animates visuals incredibly effectively. After that, I'll walk you through how to piece everything together in CapCut to make your video look super professional. In fact, here's a quick preview of a video we were able to whip up in just 20 minutes using their exact strategy and formula, but also applying it to long-form content to earn more. Watch them zoom across the meadow like a fluffy rocket. Their big sister, Thistle, is always watching out for them. Thistle is tough and smart, with a little scar on her ear that she says is from fighting a dragon, but Zippy thinks it might just be from tripping over a rock. One day, Zippy finds a magical dandelion that glows and hums a funny little tune. It floats away, and Zippy can't resist following it. The dandelion leads them to a secret door inside an old tree, and whoosh, they're sucked into a crazy world where clouds talk and forests are made of candy. Thistle, of course, races after Zippy, yelling, "Why can't you just stay put for once?" They meet a nervous little cloud named Nimbus. If this sounds exciting or like something you'd love to try, make sure to hit that like button. Just think of it as your form of payment. You can also check out my Telegram group in the description below to get first dibs on content, behind-the-scenes footage of us working, and even have a say in what we create. I regularly ask my community for input on what they want to see next. All right, enough talking. Let's dive into the tutorial. Now, the very first step is creating our channel. This part is optional since some of you may already have a channel or know how to handle it. If you already know how to create a niche channel in the Animal Stories niche, design your logo, and set up your banner, feel free to skip ahead using the timestamps below to the next part of the tutorial or whichever phase interests you. So for those of you looking to create a niche theme channel, the very first tool you'll need is a chatbot. A chatbot is crucial because it helps generate content ideas, write scripts, and much more. You can work with different chatbots like ChatGPT, Claude AI, or Autopilot, but for today, I'm going to be working with DeepSeek. After signing up, you should see an interface like this. Now, I'm going to provide DeepSeek with a prompt to generate a list of YouTube channel name ideas for the 3D animal story niche. I also enabled the deep thinking feature, so the AI will take a few moments to process and come up with some solid channel name ideas. Once it's done, just copy the name you like and head over to your YouTube account. From there, click on your YouTube icon, select Create a New Channel, and paste the name you selected from the chatbot. Once you've clicked Create Channel and your channel has been successfully created, head back to your chatbot and tell it the exact name you've chosen for your channel. This will help the AI in providing further customization. Right now, I'm going to ask my chatbot to come up with a catchy channel description that's subtly optimized for SEO, along with relevant hashtags. Now that we've got our channel description, simply copy it, then go to your YouTube channel. After that, click on Customize Channel, then scroll down to YouTube Studio. Paste the description into the section labeled Channel Description. Once everything is set, just hit the Publish button. Now that your channel description is live, head back to your chatbot and copy the SEO hashtags it generated for you. Then head back to YouTube Studio and click on Settings, then go to the Channel section. Paste those hashtags into the keyword search feature. This step will really help the algorithm understand what your channel is about and ensure that the right audience is directed to your content. Now that everything is set up, the next step is to create a logo and banner for your channel. And for this, we will also ask our chatbot to help. We'll have it generate a series of text-to-image prompts that we can use with an AI tool to create a custom banner and logo for our channel. Now that we've got our prompts, the next step is to use them with a text-to-image tool. We'll input these prompts into the AI and it will generate visuals that match our vision. For this, I'll be using Leonardo AI, but you can also use tools like IDgram, Midjourney, or any AI platform you're comfortable with. Just sign up with your Google account, or if you're not comfortable with that, you can use a temporary email. Once you're signed up, you'll be directed to an interface that looks like this. Just click on the image generation feature, and you'll be taken to an interface where you can choose which model to use for generating your images. For this project, we'll be using the Flux model since it produces high-quality outputs. After selecting the model, the next thing to do is to adjust the aspect ratio. For YouTube logos, go with the square ratio, and for YouTube banners, use the rectangular ratio. Now, there are a few other settings you could tweak if you'd like, but I'm confident that this setup will work perfectly. Once you have everything set, just go back to your chatbot, copy the prompt it generated for you, paste it into the prompt box on Leonardo AI, and hit Generate. If you're happy with the first batch, just download the images. If not, feel free to regenerate them with the same prompt or ask your chatbot for a different prompt to input into the AI. I usually request multiple prompts to have a variety of options to choose from. This looks really great. I personally love minimalistic logos as they don't have too much visual clutter. This one just has the channel name on a simple blue background, which I really like. Now I'm going to download it and switch the aspect ratio to rectangular since I'm done with the logo. This looks good, but not exactly how I want it. If you're happy with the result, just go ahead and download it. If it's not quite right, like with the logo, you can keep running the prompt until you get the perfect banner you like. Nice, this looks really good. Now that I've got a banner I like, I'm not going to upload it directly to YouTube because YouTube tends to stretch images, which could distort key details. Instead, I'll head over to Canva to customize it, allowing me to precisely control what viewers on mobile, desktop, or tablet devices will see. Simply go to Canva and search for YouTube banner. Then, select a blank template to start customizing your design. Even though Canva provides a wide canvas for your design, you should not fill the entire space without guidance. You need a template that outlines the visible areas for different devices, mobile, desktop, and TV. This ensures that key details remain visible across all screens. This is because YouTube crops your banner depending on the viewer's device. Now, you can find a YouTube banner template online, or I can share mine with you. I already have one, so I'll upload it to my Canva workspace now. Once you've uploaded your template to your Canva workspace, simply drag it to fill the entire canvas. Alternatively, you can click on the image and select Set as Background to have it automatically expand to fit perfectly. Now, once that's done, just simply import your materials, which are the images you generated with your text-to-image tool. Now, here's the tricky part. Pay close attention. You see the red area outlined on the template that says, "Put your important stuff here." This section is universal, meaning that every single device, whether it's mobile, tablet, or desktop, all will display this part of your banner. So make sure to keep all essential elements such as your channel name, logo, tagline, or any key text inside the marked red area on the template. The outer white areas of the template are only visible to view. Viewers using desktop and TV devices, meaning mobile users won't see these sections. You can use these areas for extra design elements, background extensions, or subtle details to maintain a clean and professional look without placing crucial information there. To keep the design clean and minimalistic, we need to remove the background from our AI-generated image. Since the default white background doesn't blend well with our template, we'll use an online background removal tool to extract just the main image. After that, we'll upscale the image using another tool to maintain maximum quality even after the background is removed. Once you've removed the background and upscaled the image, head back to Canva and upload the updated version to your Canva workstation. Then drag and place it onto your working canvas, making sure it aligns well with the template you're currently working on. Once you've positioned the image where you want it, get a plain white background, either from an online source or directly from Canva. Since you've already determined how the image will appear on different devices using the template, you can now overlay the white background to replace the template's default one. This will make your final design look clean, polished, and highly professional. Great. Once you're satisfied with the final design, download your banner and logo, then head over to YouTube Studio to upload them. Before finalizing, double-check the preview on Canva to ensure everything looks exactly as you want. Nice. Now that our niche-themed banner and logo are complete and perfectly aligned with our brand, it's time to move on to creating our very first video. Let's dive right in. The very first thing you need when creating your video is a chatbot to generate your script. I'm working with DeepSeek, but you can also use ChatGPT, Claude, or Autopilot AI, any high-quality chatbot that can generate engaging scripts. The key to getting high-quality scripts from AI is knowing how to properly prompt it. If you craft your prompt effectively, you'll get much better results. Here's the prompt I used, and I've highlighted the editable sections marked in red and green. These sections allow you to customize the story as needed. You can reuse this prompt multiple times. Just modify the specified areas to fit the storyline, adjust the word count, or tweak any other details to get the script you want. Once you have your script, the next step is getting a high-quality voiceover. For this, we'll use ElevenLabs because they offer realistic, AI-generated voices that sound professional. Simply sign up with your Google account, then paste your script into the large text box. On the right side, you'll find a variety of AI-generated voices to choose from. Pick the one that best fits your content. I'm using Liam's voice for this video, but I also like Elliot for a more dramatic touch. Once you've selected a voice, click Generate to create your voiceover, and then download it. Simply repeat this process until you've generated voiceovers for all sections of your script. The reason for doing it batch by batch is that if you try to generate a long script, 200 plus words all at once, the AI voice may start to sound unnatural or monotone over time. By breaking it into smaller sections, you ensure better clarity, emphasis, and natural pacing, resulting in a more professional output. Now that we've got our script and voiceover, the next step is to gather images that match each scene in our script. We will later animate these images to turn them into videos, but for now, it's best to focus on generating high-quality images first. By generating static images first, we have more control over the visual style, ensuring they match the story before adding motion effects. Once we have our images, we'll move on to animating them to bring them to life. Here is the exact prompt I used. You can take a quick screenshot if you'd like, or simply drop a comment below if you want me to share a direct link to access it. At first, my chatbot's output was pretty good, but I wanted something more singular and refined, so I asked it to simplify the prompt further. Once you have your prompts ready to generate all your images, the next step is to use a text-to-image AI tool that works well for your needs. And you know the drill, I'm going with Leonardo AI for this. Once you sign up, simply click on the AI image creation feature. Then adjust the aspect ratio to rectangular, 16:9 if you're creating long-form YouTube videos. If you're working with short-form videos, you can use the 9:16 ratio instead. Next, copy the script from your chatbot and paste it into the prompt section of your image generation tool. Before generating your image, make sure to adjust the model of the image generator you're using. I recommend using Flux as it provides the best output. Then select 3D animation to ensure you get 3D style visuals when the image is generated. This will give your images a more dynamic and professional look. This output looks great and it really fits the niche we're targeting, so I think it'll work perfectly. If you like the image, go ahead and download it. But if you're not feeling it, you can run the same prompt again, but switch the model for a different result. You can also tweak the prompt a bit to get new variations, but usually it's the model that changes the output the most. Just keep repeating the process. Copy and paste the new set of prompts until you've got all the images you need, whether it's for a short or long video. Once you've generated all the images that fit your theme and aesthetic for the video you're creating, the next step is to bring them to life by adding motion. This will make them more dynamic in your video. There's a new AI tool called Pixverse, and we're going to use that to animate the images and turn them into motion-filled videos. First, go to the Pixverse website and sign up with your Google account. Once you're in, click on the Create tab and you'll be taken to a blank interface. I already have some creations there, which is why you see results below. There's a simple prompt box where you can upload your image from your PC and then write what you want the image to do. There are a few settings you can adjust, but I recommend just uploading your image, writing your prompt, and letting the AI work its magic. It does a great job on autopilot. If it looks good and you like it, go ahead and download it. If you're not happy with the result, just run it again or tweak the prompts a bit. It's pretty simple, and this tool usually does a great job, so you shouldn't run into many issues. Yep, it does an awesome job with handling and listening the prompts. Just repeat the process for each image to animate them into motion videos. Once you've got all your images turned into videos, we can move on to the next section of the video. Another thing to know is that the Pixverse AI video animator also comes with a built-in video upscaler, but it costs about 50 credits to use. So you'll need to weigh your options. If you don't have the hardware to run it, you can use it here, or you could find an online video upscaler. Using an online tool might be slower, but it's free. If you want a faster option though, using the upscaler on Pixverse is probably your best bet. Just keep in mind, it'll cost you. Now that we have everything, our voiceover, visuals, and all the elements we need for the video, the last thing we need is soothing background music. The right background music is super important for setting the vibe of your video, so make sure you pick something that fits well. Normally, I'd suggest checking out YouTube Studio or going to pixabay.com to find some, but this time we're going to use AI to generate our own unique background music. We're going to use Suno AI to generate our background music. To do that, we'll provide it with a set of prompts that ChatGPT will help us create. These prompts are editable and will give us a series of 200 character max instructions that we can input into the text-to-music AI, so it generates the perfect audio for our video. When you sign up for Suno AI, make sure to check the instrumental box. This is important because if you don't, the AI might automatically fill the audio with lyrics, and since we're focusing on background music, we only want the instrumental part. After that, just paste the prompt ChatGPT gave you into the prompt area and hit the generate button. It's pretty simple. If the first batch works for you, go ahead and download the audio and move on to the next section. If it doesn't work, take the next set of prompts from ChatGPT and try again. Or you can even give the same prompts another shot. While most editing software comes with its own pre-built sound effects, it's always a good idea to grab a few extras online. You can find some great ones on sites like pixabay.com. This step is optional, but adding these extra sound effects can really take your editing to the next level. Once you've gathered all your assets, the next step is to head over to CapCut and import the entire folder where you've stored everything. I always recommend keeping all your materials, visuals, voiceovers, and sound effects organized in folders. Once that's done, your next step is to organize your audio. Start by dragging your voiceovers, which you generated in batches, onto the timeline. Label them as voiceover 1, voiceover 2, and voiceover 3 to keep things clear so you don't get confused about which one goes first. Once that's done, increase the volume. volume of your voiceover to 100%. This ensures that your voiceover stands out and stays on top of all the other audio, no matter what. Next, drag the background music you generated with Suno AI onto the timeline. Stretch it out to cover the entire project, then crop it so it doesn't go beyond the video's length. After that, lower the volume to around 25-30% to set a good baseline. This way, the music stays in the background without overpowering the voiceover. You could even add the fade in and fade out animation to the background music so it just blends in. I usually label all my scenes based on the order ChatGPT gives me, like scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and so on. This makes the next step easier. For the next part, you'll need to drag all your scenes onto the timeline in the order ChatGPT gave you. I like to sort mine so they appear in ascending order, then drag them onto the timeline one by one. This way, everything stays organized and flows smoothly. Now, you'll need to listen to the voiceover carefully and crop each scene whenever the narration changes. Your scenes should match the voiceover so that both the visuals and the audio are in sync. This makes your content look much more professional. To do this, play the video and listen closely, then adjust each scene to match the voiceover. If you want to speed things up, you can play it at 2x speed. I'll break it down so it's clear for everyone to understand, but really take your time with syncing the visuals and audio properly. The reason I'm duplicating this scene is that it's only 5 seconds long, but the narration lasts 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is copy the 5-second clip twice on the timeline, then I'll reverse one of them so it looks like it's going back and forth. This way, it won't seem like the same footage, even though it technically is. It helps make the video feel more dynamic and keeps the visuals interesting.
This trick of duplicating the clip and reversing it to make it longer is super useful, and I'll be using it multiple times throughout this video. It gives the visuals a unique,
dynamic feel that I really like, so I'm going to apply it again here and repeat it a few more times throughout the video to keep the footage fresh and engaging. Keep cropping the clips so they match the voiceover. You also might notice some pauses in the audio, but this is pretty common with AI-generated voiceovers. You can simply crop those pauses out to keep the video from feeling too slow or dragging. If your audio has any weird distortions, like mine does at the end, just cut that part out to keep everything smooth and clean. This helps the video flow better and keeps it more professional. After cropping all the scenes to match the voiceover, you might want to add a fade-out animation to the last clip. This will create a smooth transition, making the video black out gradually and give it a more cinematic feel, just like in movies. Once you've checked that every clip is properly dragged into the timeline, precisely cropped, and fits the way it's supposed to, you've tackled the hardest parts. The next step is to add transitions between the clips. Transitions are pretty straightforward, especially with how simplified CapCut has made it. All you need to do is click on the Transition tab and choose a transition template. Each template creates a different effect when the scene changes, so it's a good idea to play around with them and get familiar with how transitions work to find the best fit for your video. For this video, I'm sticking with the light tab transitions. Every transition I use will fit the light effect, as I really like how it looks. Great, now that all the transitions are set, the next step is to add sound effects. CapCut does have some pre-built sound effects, but you can also upload your own from your PC if you've downloaded them from the website I mentioned earlier. Look for sound effects like butterflies, birds, bunny hopping, or river flowing, anything that fits the theme of your video. If you're not sure which sound effects to use, you can always ask ChatGPT to recommend a series. series that matches your script after it generates it for you. This way, even if you're not super familiar with sound effects, you can still make sure they fit perfectly for your video. I'm not going to be adding too many sound effects, just the essentials. Once you're done with all your sound effects, the last thing you need to do is generate captions. The new version of CapCut has added a paywall for their captions feature, so if you're using an older version of CapCut, you can get captions for free, but if you have CapCut Pro, you're all set and ready to go with captions. They'll help make your video more accessible. Once the default captions are generated, they'll give you a basic template and format. To make them more customized and tailored to your video, you can change the template to adjust the font style, size, and the overall display of the captions. You can also tweak the form and scale to fit the look you're going for, making sure the captions align perfectly with your video's style. Once everything is set and you're happy with the final result, just export your video. Zippy is a super energetic bunny with soft brown fur and a big bouncy hop that makes them zoom across the meadow like a fluffy rocket. Their big sister, Thistle, is always watching out for them. Thistle is tough and smart, with a little scar on her ear that she says is from fighting a dragon, but Zippy thinks it might just be from tripping over a rock. One day, Zippy finds a magical dandelion that glows and hums a funny little tune. It floats away, and Zippy can't resist following it. The dandelion leads them to a secret door inside an old tree, and whoosh, they're sucked into a crazy world where clouds talk and forests are made of candy. Thistle, of course, races after Zippy, yelling, "Why can't you just stay put for once?" They meet a nervous little cloud named Nimbus, who needs help. A sneaky raccoon named Shimmer has stolen all the raindrops, and without them, the world is drying up. Zippy and Thistle team up to get the raindrops back. Zippy bounces over rainbow bridges and solves silly puzzles, while Thistle uses her smarts to outwit Shimmer. But when they find Shimmer, they learn she took the raindrops to help her sick baby raccoons. Thistle remembers how she once did something sneaky to help Zippy when they were little, so she suggests a deal. Shimmer shares the raindrops, and Nimbus makes a rainbow to help the raccoons feel better. Everyone wins. Back home, Thistle admits her dragon scar is probably from a goose, and Zippy giggles. The glowing dandelion pops up again, and Zippy grins. Ready for the next adventure?